Can't have too many players up here.
Now taking the field, your Atlanta Braves.
Then maybe start a new game and reset it.
He did.
Okay.
How about I close it out when I come back?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Here you go, Coach.
Okay, folks, ball's in, coming down.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Great throw by Keno. Excellent catch by Milo. And folks, we're ready to go. Help me welcome a true champion batting in the first position, Brody Forrest.
So then is it going to look like we're doing the wrong score?
Brody making sure the Bruce bolts are all dialed in. And we're off. High and outside by Windus. That's ball one. Excellent concentration by the third baseman to get the first out. Great swing by Brody, just missing that. Folks, we've got one out. We're bringing up another champion, batting in the second slot, Wesley Cowan.
I forget to do the pitch counts.
And that just misses outside for ball one. Great pitch by Windus. Cowan just misses that. Folks, that brings us to the count of 1-1. Great cut, just missing that. Count is 1-2. Great concentration by Emmett and Cowan. Still at 1-2. We've got a great duel in front of us. Just misses upstairs, brings the count to 2-2. Excellent eye by Wesley Cowan. Just catches the outside part of the plate. Great job framing by Keno. That brings the second out of the inning. We now have up the third batter, Caden Farrell. Just misses upstairs. That's ball one. That's a great swing, just barely missing. That brings the count to 1-1. Just misses upstairs. That's 2-1. Great eye by Caden. And that splits the middle of the plate. That's going to bring the count to 2-2. Great pitch sequence by Aquino and Emmett. Just misses outside. Try to get Caden to go for that. Folks, we're at a full count, 3-2, 2 outs. And that misses outside. We're going to put our first runner on. Great plate appearance by Caden. Now we're bringing up the number 4 batter, cleanup hitter, Townsy Seeley. Okay, Emmett challenges Emmett, or excuse me, he challenges Seeley, just missing upstairs for ball 1. And that's a great cut by Seeley, just missing. Excellent job on the mound today already by Windus. That brings the count to 1-1. Great discipline by the batter. Lays off the low one. Caden advances to second. We now have our first runner in scoring position. The count is 2 balls and 1 strike, 2 outs. Townsy just misses that one. It's going to bring the count to even, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and now we have 2 outs. Great work by Towns to lay off that. Caden with the speed on second easily advances to third. Towns looking for his first RBI of the day. We've now got 3 balls, 2 strikes. Great work by Emmett. Excellent control. Puts out Towns. Prevents Caden from advancing. We now have a score of 0-0, and the Braves are up.
Do you know who you sound like?
And folks, you are all in for a treat today. Starting pitcher, Brody Forrest. Milo Lisi on the on-deck circle, leading off the Braves, dialed in, trying to get his timing amongst Brody. We got 2 more, and then we're coming down. Brody already looking dialed in. And that's a great throw by the catcher, just barely over Kingston. And we've got a great battle ahead of us. Leadoff batter, all-star player, Milo Lisi. And folks, remember that sound. That sound is exactly what happens when you square up the ball perfectly. Great hit by Milo. Advancing to second on the overthrow. Great job by Kingston. Excellent throw. We now have a runner in scoring position, 1 out, and we're bringing up the second batter, Luke Love. Milo easily advances on the pass ball.
Sounds like you said rub.
Smart move by the runner, not wanting to challenge Farrell. That's going to bring us to 2-0. Luke looking for his first RBI on the day. Hitters count. Just catching the outside corner. 2-1. Luke Love taking a great swing at that. Just missing. That's foul. That's going to even the count at 2-2. No outs. Milo Lisi on third. Braves looking to score early here. Great stop by the catcher, preventing Lisi from coming in. Now the count at 3-2. Just misses upstairs. Excellent eye by the batter. That's going to advance Love to first. We now have runners on the corners. No outs. We're bringing up the great number 3 batter, Matthew Farhang. Great swing by Matthew. Just a little bit behind that. That's going to put him behind at 1 strike. No balls. No outs. Matthew resets. He's ready. Just off the glove of Brody. Excellent follow-up by the second baseman. Great hustle, great teamwork by Wesley Cow, and that's going to bring the first out. Braves score their first run. Runner from first advances over to second. We have 1 out. Just outside to the number 4 batter, James Rowan. Great throw by the pitcher. It's going to even the count at 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Another great pitch. That's going to bring the second out, or second strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Great swing by the batter, just missing. That's going to bring the second out of the inning. We now have the 5th batter up, coach's favorite, Moses Aquino. Okay, Matthew advances from second to third. Now I have the runner at third. Love decides not to go. Smart play on the runner's part. Great eye by the batter. We have the count at 1-1. Kino lays off the inside strike, bringing the count to 1-2, 2 outs. Great swing by Kino. Folks, you can see it. It's no surprise. Brody Forrest dialed in on the mound today. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Great hustle by Forrest and Farrell. Keeping Love at third. We're now at 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2-2.
I did 2-2. What's wrong?
Brody rings him up for the 3rd out. Braves only get 1 across. Braves 1, Phillies 0, top of the 2nd inning.
This one looks frozen.
Smart play by the Braves, bringing their ace out again. Emmett Windis on the mound. All-star catcher backing him up. Moses Aquino walks over. Okay, watch your brother. Okay, folks, ball's in, coming down. Okay, everybody. This is a scout favorite, batting in the 5th slot. Also an all-star shortstop, Kingston dueling. Big fly ball. And we've got a Texas leaguer put Kingston's at first base. First pitch, first hit, no outs. Bringing up the 6th batter, also a great catcher, Carl Farrell. And that was a great pickup by 3rd baseman Luke Love. Just off the glove of the 2nd baseman. That's going to put the runners at the corners. No outs. Next up, Garrett Davis. And that's going to miss just upstairs for ball 1.
It sounds a lot better.
Oh, good.
I feel like you have a better view.
Great catch by the 2nd baseman. That's an all-star play, folks. Keeps the runners at 1st and 3rd. Prevents a run from coming in. Great hit by Davis as well. That's going to bring up the 8th batter, Ezra Riveros.
Wait, so can I do ball 3 strikes?
Yeah, once you do. You guys will trade off.
I'm Here, you can have these. I want the seat. No, I get the seat. No, I want. Alyssa, wait. Oh, the seat's too mean.
Heads up play by the second baseman to get the runner out at second. That is going to bring the second out of the inning. The Phillies get a run across. It's going to tie the score at 1-1, and that's going to bring up the ninth batter, Matthew Riveros. And that's just outside for ball one. And that's a great pitch by Emmett. That's going to bring the count to even 1-1. We have 2 outs. Ezra at first base still. Okay, folks, that's a great hit by Matthew, because that brings them back up to the top of the lineup. Big batter in the first spot, Brody Forrest.
How many runs have they scored?
1. It's 1-1.
Wait, what position has Wesley been playing?
And that's a deep fly ball. Caught up in the sun, no one's going to get that. Phillies get it 1 run across. That's going to advance the runners to second and third. Great hit by Brody Forrest. That ball was absolutely hammered. Phillies are going to take the lead 2-1. And that's going to bring up their ace, batting in the second spot, Wesley Cowan. And that's a great cut. Just needs to work on keeping his head down. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. That's another great swing, just barely missing on that. Scouting report coming in on Cowan says that he is an excellent 2-strike hitter. Excellent discipline by the batter. Wind is trying to get him to go for that. Puts the first ball on the board. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
I'm not going to do pitches. I lost track.
Wind is trying to get Cowan to go for the high cheese. That's going to even the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
This is how. Hey, that was a bonus.
Cowan definitely dialed in, getting his timing down, keeps the count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Leslie. Said you got that. Yeah. Said this is real bad.
And that was a great at bat, folks. Well done on everyone's part. Phillies do take the lead. Phillies 3, Braves 1, and Braves are coming back up. All right, Phillies want to protect this lead. It's an obvious decision. They're going to keep their ace out there, Brody Forrest.
Was it 2 or 3? I thought it was 2. I thought I had 3 from myself. What do you have, Richard? You only have 2? I have 2. Brody. Yeah. How many kids scored on your team? Was there 3? Or was it 2? 3?
Okay, folks, we got balls in coming down.
I need my phone. I need my phone right now.
And folks, we've got an all-star walking up to the plate. Help me welcome, batting in the 6th position, Emmett Windis. And Brody going right at Windis, just barely missing low. That's going to bring the first ball to the count. 1 ball, no strikes, no outs. Forrest misses upstairs. Hitters count now. 2 balls, no strikes. We have 3. Riveros? And wasn't it? Did Riveros not?
And Brody drove him home.
Ezra Rivera scored. The second Rivera's brother was hurt, right? Or did he score?
No, he scored. And then Kingston scored 3.
And that's a great cut by Windis, barely missing. Count goes to 2-1.
Matthew was unfair.
Okay, so it's 2.
Yeah.
2.
Great pitch by Forrest. That's going to bring the count to even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Just catches the outside corner there for the first out. Excellent pitching by Brody. Help me welcome number 7 batter, Luke Kim. And that's a great swing by Luke, just barely missing that. Brings the count to 0-1. Another great cut, challenging Brody Forrest. Brings the count to 0-2. Luke definitely dialed in now. Forrest tries to get Luke to go for that. Luke lays off, bringing the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Excellent discipline by the batter, laying off the high and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Folks, this is an excellent at-bat. Bringing the count full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Wow. Well done by the 7 batter, Luke Kim. That's going to bring the first runner on. That's going to bring up the great number 8 batter, Evan Watterson. Watterson takes the first pitch for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. There's 1 out. Luke Kim at first base. Watterson takes a big hack at that, just barely missing. Scouting report is coming in again on Watterson. Says great 2-strike hitter. Okay, Watterson laying off that pitch, gets behind Aquino, advances Luke over to second base. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Luke gets on his horse, advances over to third on the pass ball. That's going to bring the count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Great work by Watterson to lay off just outside. This is an excellent plate appearance, bringing the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Kim all the way on third. Oh, Forrest just misses upstairs. We now have runners on the corners. 1 out. That's going to bring up our number 10 batter, number 9 batter, Jared Roscoe.
That's 1 runner.
Luke Kim comes in on the pass ball. Excellent base running by Watterson. We're going to stay at 1 out. Great running by Watterson. That's going to bring the count to an even 1-1. Orozco digs in. And folks, that's an excellent pitch by the pitcher. That's going to bring the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Watterson at third. Roscoe just barely misses that. That was a great cut. We now have the second out of the inning. And we're going to bring up our number 11 batter, Romeo Sanchez. No? Is it Graham? Excuse me, number 10 batter, Graham Prince. And an excellent job by Brody Forrest pitching today. Who's this pitching? Colin? Caden? Okay, Phillies put Brody at first. They're going to bring in their other ace, Caden Farrell. And folks, you are definitely in for a treat today. What you're witnessing right now is brotherly love. You've got the Farrell twins, catcher and pitcher. You gotta love baseball. Okay, folks. And again, help me welcome promising young man, great athlete in the 10th slot, Graham Prince. That was an excellent first pitch by Farrell. Prince digs in, getting his timing down. And that's an excellent job by Prince, bringing in the runner. That's a great 2-out hit. Braves take the lead. We now have number 11 batter, Romeo Sanchez. And that is just outside. No one's even going to come close to catching Prince with that speed. Count is 1 ball, no strike. Sanchez digging in, looking for his pitch. Prince already advancing over to third. Braves have another runner in scoring position. We've got 2 balls, no strikes, and we've got 2 outs, folks. That's a great pitch by Farrell, just missing. Bringing the count to 3 balls, no strikes. Prince staying at third. It's going to put Sanchez on first. Great job by the number 11 batter, because that gets us back to the top of the lineup. And this is a real treat to watch this batter. Batting in the leadoff position, all-star shortstop, Milo Lisi.
Dad, Moose is going to do it.
No, you stay here and do it. You finish it.
I want to go with my friends. Yeah,
Prince decides to stay at third. Sanchez goes over to second. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Runners in scoring position. Great job by the batter to lay off that. That's going to bring us to a hitter's count. 2 balls,
No strikes. You start this, you finish it.
and that's a great pitch by Farrell to bring the first strike on the board. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Then someone has to come in here and do it for you.
I thought Moose came.
He said no.
Well, then who's going to do it?
Great job by the batter to put the ball in play, just getting under Seeley's glove. That's going to keep the runners at the corner. 1 run comes across. Folks, help me welcome excellent third baseman batting in the second spot, Luke Love.
I don't. Dad, I don't. I want to play with my friends.
And folks, that's how good Lisi is. He can literally fall down and still make it to second. Got 1 strike. And that's a great cut by Love, just missing. 0-2, 2 outs.
Dad, why can't you do that?
Sanchez at third, Lisi at second.
Dad, why can't you do that? I don't want to do it. Well, then I'm going to.
Love doing a great job of getting out of the way of that one. That is going to put the first ball on the board. We've got 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Love digs in, looking for his pitch. Love lays off the high stuff, bringing the count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Great job defending that plate. Keeps us at 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Dad, can someone step in? Dad,
And that just misses upstairs. That's going to bring the count full.
can someone come help me?
Coach has already given Love the green light.
Can you watch Mr. Song?
Just missing high and inside. That's going to put Love at first. Folks, we now have the bases loaded. We've got 2 outs. And we are bringing up the number 3 batter, right fielder, Matthew Thorhang. And that's going to miss just outside for the first ball.
Do this.
Go find someone.
Okay, Mr.
You're
Song.
never doing this right now.
And that's a great swing by Matthew. Great job by Kingston, dueling at shortstop to make the long throw. You got to have a lot of strength to make that throw.
Dad, can I get Mr.
The Braves do take the lead. Braves 4, Phillies 2, top of the 3rd.
I'm gonna go get Mr. Song.
Make sure that they're on the.
Yeah.
Okay, folks, capitalizing after a short second inning, Braves decide to keep their ace out there, number 9, Emmett Windus. And that's a great throw by Aquino to come down just under the glove of Milo. And that's going to bring up number 3 batter, Caden Farrell. Big high cut from the lefty.
Why isn't this
Puts the first strike on the board. Another great swing by the young man. Just fouls that off. Good to put him behind. No balls, 2 strikes.
Why can't you both do it? Why? I want to go play with my friends.
And that's going to miss just outside for the first ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Thank you.
And that Emmett just misses outside for the second ball. We've got the count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Great at bat by Caden. And that's excellent concentration by the ace left-hander, number 9, Emmett Windus, getting the first out of the inning. Bringing up cleanup hitter, Towns Seeley. And that's a big cut from the right-hander, just missing for strike 1. And that's a deep fly ball. Just over Prince's head. Smart play by the runner staying at first. That's excellent coaching by the first base coach, Robert Cowan. That's going to bring up our number 5 batter, Kingston Doolin. And that's a hard ball hit down third base line. Kingston capitalizing on a great first pitch. That's going to keep the inning going. We've got runners at first and second, 1 out. And we're bringing up the big right-hander, Carter Farrell. Farrell dips down, just misses that. Behind in the count, 0-1. 1 out. We've got Seeley at second, dueling at first. Windus tries to get Farrell to go for it. Farrell lays off. That's going to bring the count even. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And that's an excellent pitch by the left-hander. That's going to miss just outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Farrell already digging in. Got his timing down. And that's an excellent pitch by the ace left-hander. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out, folks. And that's an excellent pitch again by the ace. Puts out Farrell. That's going to bring the second out of the inning. Help me welcome the number 6, 7th batter, Garrett Davis. And folks, that's an excellent play by the shortstop. You can tell he loves the game because he's not okay with 3 outs. He needs 4 outs. Great work by Milo Lisi. That's going to protect the lead from the Braves. We are now at the bottom of the 3rd. Phillies are going to stay with their ace lefty, Caden Farrell. Phillies do make a substitution at catcher. We've got Brody Forrest behind the plate, protecting the dish. We've got Seeley at first. Dueling at short. Farrell at second. And the all-star, Wes Cowan at third. Pretty much a dream team out there, and that's going to bring up James Rowan. Rowan tries to scoop that, just misses. Putting the first strike on the board. Deep fly ball to right field. That's going to sneak in there. Great job by the right fielder to hustle and get that. Keeping Rowing at first. And that's going to bring up Moses Aquino. And the big lefty delivers, just misses high and outside. That's going to put the first ball on the board. Momo does lay off that. He's ahead of the count now. Hitters count 2 balls, no strikes, no outs. And that's a great play by the second baseman to get Aquino at first. Rowan does advance over to second. And that's going to bring up All-Star number 9, outstanding left-handed hitter, Emmett Windus. And that ball just finds its way out in the outfield. Excellent base running by Rowan. Windus makes it to first. We've got runners at the corners. And, folks, we've got 1 out. Help me welcome our number 7 batter, fan favorite, Luke Kim. So Windus is going to take advantage of the pass ball. We now have 2 runners in scoring position, 1 out, 1 ball, and Luke's already dug in, ready to go. And that is barely going to catch the outside part of the plate. Excellent pitch by number 8. That's going to bring the count even 1-1 with 1 out. And that's excellent hustle by James Rowan. That's going to put another run on the board.
Is it frozen again?
And that's going to miss outside. And folks, just an announcement, we do have the scoreboard. It is frozen at the moment, but the score is 5-2. And that's an excellent dig by Forrest, keeping Windus at third, preventing a run from coming in. We've got 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. And that's an excellent job by Forrest. No surprise with all-star catcher behind the dish. And that's going to bring up another great hitter, Evan Watterson. Farrell lets that one fly. That's going to barely miss. 1 ball, no strikes. Love hustles over to second. We now have 2 runners in scoring position. The score is 5-2. Bottom of the 3rd. Farrell trying to find his zone, just barely missing. Evan steps out, staying loose. He's got 2 balls, no strikes. And that's an excellent pitch by Farrell. That's going to bring the count to 2 balls, 1 strike. Just barely missing. Count is 3-1. Windus looking at Farrell. And that's an excellent at bat by Evan. We now have the bases loaded. And that's going to bring up our number 9 batter. Help me welcome Jared Orozco. So Orozco lays off the high cheese. That's going to put the first ball on the board. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Bases loaded. All right, Orozco working on his timing. 1 ball, 1 strike. Excellent pitch by Farrell. Okay, Windus finally gets home on the pass ball. That's going to put another run on the board to bring it to 6-2. The count is 2 balls, 1 strike. We've got Kim at third, Watterson at second, Orozco at the plate. And Orozco dodges that. That's going to bring the count to 3-1. Big hack by the young man, just missing. Farrell staying alive. We now do have 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. And that's an excellent eye by Orozco. We're going to reload the bases. And this is a treat. Excellent work by Brody Forrest going out to talk to his pitcher, telling him that everything is going to be all right. Okay, guys, let's get ready for this matchup. Help me welcome number 10 batter, Graham Prince. Prince goes for the first one, just barely missing. Prince stepping in, looking for a second RBI today. Lays off the high cheese. That's going to even the count by 1-1. That's an excellent job by Brody Forrest behind the plate to defend it, keeping Kim at third. Excellent work by the pitcher to follow his pitch. That's going to bring the count to 2 balls, 1 strike. Orozco remains at first. We've got Watterson at second, Kim at third. 1 out. And that barely misses. Brings the count to 3 balls, 1 strike. Graham steps in. And that's a great pitch. Putting the count at 3-2. And that barely misses upstairs. That is going to bring a run home. That's going to put the score to 7-2. So Kim's going to make his way home. Prince is going to take his base. We've got Prince at first, Orozco at second, Watterson feeling it, doing a great job with the dance at third. Okay, Philly fans, help me welcome another ace to the mound, big right-hander, Towns Seeley. Okay, fans, and we are off again. We're at the bottom of the third. Braves leading the Phillies 7-2, 1 out. And we're going to bring up our number 11 batter, Romeo Sanchez. Sanchez all over that first pitch, drives a runner in. That's going to bring the score to 8-2, 1 out, and that's going to bring up All-Star Milo Lisi. Townsy not wasting any time, just misses. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Lisi lays off that one. Finds himself with a hitter's count 2-0, bases loaded. And that's a great swing by Milo, just barely missing. I'm going to put the first strike on the board. We've got Prince at second, Sanchez at first, and Orozco at third. That's excellent work by the catcher, Brody Forrest, to prevent Orozco from coming in. It is going to bring the third ball. 3 balls, 1 strike. And that's going to be a great pitch, but just barely missing. And that is going to bring in the 5th run of the inning. Orozco touches home. The Braves now ahead 9-2, and we are entering in the top of the 4th. Okay, fans, we are eagerly awaiting to see who the Braves decide to put up on the hill. No surprise, they kept Aquino behind the dish, all-star catcher, years of experience. We've got Prince at third now. We've got Love at second. The big southpaw at first, Emmett Windus. Farhang at short. And wow, are we getting our money's worth today. We get to welcome all-star shortstop, basically all-star everything, Milo Lisi. Milo just missing upstairs. That is going to bring us down here. Aquino to Love, just under Love. Sanchez in center. And everyone help me welcome the number 9 batter, Matthew Riveros. No? Excuse me. I apologize. Ezra Riveros. And that's just going to miss upstairs for ball 1. Ezra digging in. Lisi challenging him on the inside. Ezra stays off. We're now at a hitter's count. 2 balls, no strikes. Lisi just missing upstairs again. Ezra quickly finds himself 3-0. Lisi just missing downstairs. Riveros is going to take his base. We're going to do this again. Number 9 batter. Help me welcome Matthew Riveros. Lisi finding his groove, just barely missing. 1 ball, no strikes. Just upstairs again. Riveros takes that. 2 balls, no strikes. Riveros is going to advance over to second. We're going to do this again. 3 balls, no strikes, no outs. Aquino checking on his pitcher. We are going to have a pitching change. Lisi's going to move over to short. Aquino's going to stay at catcher. We're going to bring in another right-hander ace. Who is that? Okay, everyone. Braves decide to bring in their shortstop, Matthew Farhang. It is 3-0. Okay, Farhang gives us the nod. He's ready to go. Rivero steps back in. The count is 3 balls, no strikes, no outs. Rivero staying loose at second. And that's an excellent pitch, just missing upstairs. It is going to put Riveros over to first. We are now back at the top of the lineup. Help me welcome leadoff hitter, all-star player, Brody Forrest.
He is an all-star player. He's a great player.
Farhang just missing that low and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Excellent pitch by Farhang. Catches the outside corner of the plate. Evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Riveros at first and second. And that's an excellent pitch. Forrest just missing that. Quickly finds himself at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Excellent work by Farhang coming in. And Forrest wears that one well. Advances to first. We now have bases loaded.
Any more balls? Let me look underneath.
And that's going to bring up, hitting in the second slot, another ace. Wesley Cowan. And that's an excellent dig by Aquino to prevent Riveros from coming in. That's going to put the first ball on the board to Cowan. Big cut by Cowan, just barely missing. That's going to even the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. No outs with bases loaded. Forrest remains at first, ready with his sliding glove. Excellent work by Aquino. That is going to put the count at 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Cowan already digging in, ready for his pitch. Farhang just missing upstairs. Cowan staying loose at the plate. Quickly finds himself with 3 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Looking to sit on one right here. Excellent work by Farhang to stay alive. That's going to catch just the outside corner of the plate. We now have the count full. And that splits Cowan. That's going to advance the runners. Phillies get another run on the board. Cowan at first, Forrest at second, Riveros at third. Okay, Aquino and Farhang all dialed in. Strategizing on their next move. That's going to bring up, help me welcome the number 3 batter, Caden Farrell. And that's an excellent first pitch by the right-hander. Getting a quick strike on the board. Farrell digging in. And folks, that was excellent job by Aquino behind the plate. That keeps Riveros at third. We now have the count even at 1 ball, 1 strike. And the right-hander goes upstairs. He just barely misses. Farrell finds himself with 2 balls, 1 strike. He's already dug in. Decides to take a practice swing to stay loose, envisioning his pitch. And the righty just misses there. 3 balls, 1 strike, everybody. No outs, bases loaded. And that just barely misses. That is going to advance the runners. Riveros is going to come home. That's going to put another run on the board. Phillies clawing back. The score is Braves 9, Phillies 4. No outs. Bases loaded. Help me welcome cleanup hitter Town Seeley. Great dig by Aquino. He knows he's got a lot of wheels at third, but he keeps Brody there. Towns already resets. 1 ball, no strike. Excellent work by Brody Force to take advantage of the pass ball. That's more than going to cut the lead in half. Phillies now find themselves at 5. Towns stepping in, 2 balls, no strikes, no outs. Runners in scoring position. Excellent work by Matthew staying in there. Barely misses outside. Great eye by Towns. Count is 3 balls, no strikes, no outs. Cowan at third. Farrell at second. Great work by Matthew, but that just barely misses outside. Townsy's going to take his base. We're going to get back to bases loaded. Help me welcome fan favorite, town favorite everything. Number 5 batter, Kingston Dooling. And you got to admire Matthew, everyone. Really putting in the work out there. Excellent first pitch. Strike 1. Kingston lays off the low pitch. Evens the count 1-1. Excellent hustle by the pitcher to follow the ball. Most likely preventing Cowan from coming home. And Cowan slides underneath the tag. Cowan showing off his athletic ability and his wheels. That's going to bring another run in. Excellent work because you've got a number 5 batter up with a great bat. Runner at third, no outs. Kingston just barely beats that throw out. He does get an RBI for that. That is going to bring the score 7 to Phillies. Braves 9. That's going to be 5 runs. We're going to do this again, folks. What a great matchup. We are now headed in to the bottom of the 4th. Eagerly awaiting to see who the Phillies are going to put on the mound. Okay, folks, I don't think it's any surprise. Towns is going to regain his position on the mound. Forrest is going to continue to protect the dish. Dooling makes his way out to his position. He was walking at one point, which he knows is against the rules. Cowan is going to be at second, it looks like. Townsend continues to warm up. Farrell's at first. And we've got Riveros at third.
What do you got there?
Okay, folks. We've got the heart of the lineup with the Braves coming up. Excellent batter. Help me welcome, batting in the second slot. Most likely, I think he's already at 2 for 2 today. Has played third base as well. Help me welcome Luke Love. Forrest commanding the infield. Townsend doesn't waste any time, just missing high and outside. And that's going to catch the outside part of the plate. Excellent pitch by Towns. It is going to even the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Another great pitch by Towns, but that just barely misses. That puts the count at 2 balls, 1 strike. Love already digging in. And folks, that was an excellent piece of hitting there. The pitch was outside. Love stepped right into it, squared up nicely, finding the gap. Love's on first. No outs. And we're going to bring up the number 3 batter, Matthew Forhang. And folks, we might have hit our time limit here. I do have the time at 1:56 p.m. So drop dead is going to be 2:15 p.m. No new after 2:15 p.m. Okay, our prayers have been answered. We're going to get more baseball. Excellent pitch by Seeley, but that is just going to miss. Forrest looking over at Love at first, looking for a backdoor pick. Seeley's just going to barely miss. That's going to be the second ball. Love is going to advance over to second. Folks, we've got 2 balls, no strikes, no out, far hang up. And that's an excellent pitch by Towns. 2 balls, 1 strike. Okay. Towns going upstairs, just barely missing. Farhang's going to find himself at a hitter's count at 3 balls, 1 strike. Love is at second in scoring position. Okay. Farhang wears that one well. Tough batter. You have to be tough if you're going to be a player under Aquino. We're going to find ourselves runners at first and second, no outs. Bringing up our number 4 batter, James Rowan. Luke decides to stay at second. That ball gets barely under Forrest's glove. 1 ball, no strikes. Rowan digging in. And that's an excellent hit by Rowan. That most likely will score at least 2. And folks, big round of applause for Rowan. Excellent job stepping into that pitch. That pitch was low and away. He went down, squared up nicely, found the gap, clears the bases. We have no outs. And we're going to bring up our number 5 batter, Momo Aquino. Townsy's going to miss just barely upstairs. That's going to be 1-0. Great work by Momo to lay off the high cheese. Quickly finds himself at a hitter's count, 2-0. Barely missing outside, quickly at 3-0. Okay, Momo's going to take his base. Hustling down to first base. And that is going to bring up an absolute legend, the left-hander, Emmett Windez. Big cut by the left-hander. Just got to work on keeping his head down. That is going to be strike 1. Great work by Towns, trying to get Windez to go up for that. 1 ball, 1 strike. Seeley just missing outside. Windez steps out, finds himself with 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Aquino at first, looking at his coach, looking for a sign. Okay, Seeley's going to remain outside. Great catch by Dooling out there to prevent Aquino from advancing to third. Aquino remains at second. Windez is going to stay loose, finds himself with a count of 3 balls, 1 strike, no outs. No doubt, Windez is going to step in, gets the green light. Aquino remains at second. Windez is going to take his base. And that's going to bring up our number 7 batter, town favorite. Help me welcome Luke Kim. Luke goes down for that one, just barely missing. Excellent pitch by Seeley, but that just misses upstairs. We find ourselves with 1 ball, 1 strike. There's no outs. Seeley not wasting any time, just barely missing upstairs. That is 2 balls, 1 strike. Excellent work by the batter, challenging Seeley. Seeley answers, finds his strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Okay, that's an excellent swing by Kim. He just barely misses that. Great work by Towns. Gets the first out on the board. We now have a force play at any bag. And we're going to bring up a great player, Evan Watterson. Seeley finds the outside of the plate, getting ahead of Watterson. Puts a first strike on the board. Aquino remains at second, Windus at first. Okay. Seeley finding his groove. Watterson takes a great hack at that, just barely misses. Great 2-strike hitter, though. Great challenge by Seeley. Puts down Watterson for the second out of the inning. Help me welcome the number 9 batter, Jared Orozco. Okay, folks, that's something you don't see very often. Someone challenging Brody Forrest. Aquino does take the bag. Windus follows him. Great swing by Jared, getting a piece of that. That's going to even the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Okay, Aquino hustles down third baseline. That's going to score a run. Well done by Orozco, battling. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Excellent work by Towns to find the plate. That's going to even the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Great job by Towns getting the third out of the inning. Great work by the Braves, putting more runs on the board. We now have the Braves 13, Phillies 7. Top of the 5th inning. The time is 2:05. Okay, folks. Braves are going to make an easy decision. They're going to keep their ace right-hander out there to close this out. Matthew Farhang. Ooh. Well done, Coach. Still got it, Coach. Aquino steps in. Okay, folks, we've got Kim at first base, Rowan at second, Love at short, and Prince at third. All right, folks, ball's in, coming down. Farhang gives us a nod. Okay, Love moves over to second. Aquino firing, just barely missing. Great throw. Folks, help me welcome number 6 batter, Carter Phil. Great swing by Carter, just barely missing. That is going to even the count at 1-1. And that is a foul ball, folks. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Carter digging in, looking for his pitch. Farhang barely misses that low. That is going to even the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Carter staying loose, digging in, envisioning his pitch. Way to go, Carl, for being aggressive. That is the 3rd strike. That is going to put the first out on the board. Help me welcome the number 7 batter, great hitter Garrett Davis. And that's going to miss just low for ball 1. Davis digging in, getting ready. And that's excellent discipline. Laying off the high pitch. That is going to be the 2nd ball. Davis steps in, finds himself with a hitter's count, 2-0. And that's going to be just inside for 3-0. Davis digging in. He's ready. And that's going to be low and outside. Davis is going to quickly take his base. We're now going to bring up our number 8 batter. Help me welcome Ezra Riveros. Great throw by Aquino, just barely missing Davis. Excellent hustle by Davis. 1 ball, no strike, 1 out. We now have a runner in scoring position. And that's going to miss just outside. Davis with the wheels easily advances to 3rd, even thinks about taking home. 2 balls, no strikes. Riveros digs in. Smart play by Aquino, checking in on his catch or his pitcher. Ezra steps out, stays loose. Knows he's got the advantage here. Okay, folks, 2-0. Davis easily comes across. That's going to put another run on the board for the Phillies. We now have 3 balls, no strikes.
Oh, we got a new iPad.
Why won't this go? Oh.
Dad, is this new?
And that's going to be low and inside. Ezra's going to take his base. And that's going to bring up the number 9 batter. Help me welcome Matthew Riveros. And that's going to be high and inside for ball 1. Aquino looking at Riveros. Kim thinking about a backdoor pick. And that's going to catch the inside of the plate. Excellent pitch by Farhang. That's going to even the count at 1-1. Excellent work by Matthew, just missing on the outside. That's going to be 2 balls, 1 strike. Excellent work by Matthew. That catches the inside part of the plate. Brings the count to 2-2, 1 out. Riveros at first base. Riveros also at hitting. Matthew puts down Riveros. That's going to bring up top of the lineup, leadoff hitter, Brody Forrest. And that's just going to be a little bit inside. Riveros makes his way down to second. 4 steps out, stays loose. Looking for one he can sit on here. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Runners in scoring position. Riveros with the wheels easily advances to third. Brody quickly finds himself 2 balls, no strikes. Hitters count. Just upstairs for ball 3. Riveros remains at third, looking for a pass ball. Hard to get with Aquino behind the plate. Forrest quickly takes his base. We now have runners at the corners. Help me welcome our number 2 batter, a town favorite, Wesley Cowan. Big fly ball by the right-hander, just barely missing. Excellent hustle by Prince and Orozco. Runners at the corners. 1 strike, 2 outs. Excellent work by the batter to lay off that one. Forrest is going to easily advance to second. Aquino's not going to take the bait. We've got the count even. 1 ball, 1 strike. Deep fly ball to center field. Phillies are going to score. Excellent base running by Cowan. You can tell he's an honor roll student. Runners at second, runners at third. There's 2 outs. Help me welcome, this is our number 3 batter, Caden Farrell. And that's just outside for ball one. Farrell steps outside. With the aggressive base running, Brody Forrest does steal home.
Is that a run? Yeah.
That brings the score. The Phillies 10, Braves 13. Cowan easily advances over to third. Farrell at the plate finds himself with 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. On the check swing, Farrell fouls that off, evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. And with the speed of Cowan, he easily gets home. That's going to put another run on the board. Phillies are at 11. Braves are at 13. The count is 2 balls, 1 strike. Farrell at the plate. We have 2 outs. Farhang doing a great job putting in work today. And that's just outside. Farrell lays off of it. We've got 3 balls, 1 strike.
No. It's at 2:15. You have to get dressed now. It's 2:19. No.
And that does catch the outside corner of the plate. Excellent work by Farhang staying in there. That took a tremendous amount of discipline. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Farrell at the plate, staying loose, envisioning his pitch. And that's going to miss just outside. Excellent at-bat by Caden. And that's going to bring up, do I dare say it, the tying run, Towns Seeley. And that's excellent work by Keno to keep that in front of him. Great dig by the shortstop, Love. Farrell advances to second. 1 ball, no strikes. Towns at the plate. Big cut by the right-hander, barely missing. Farrell second guesses that. Too good of a catcher behind the plate. We've got 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Seeley digs in. And that does get behind Aquino. Farrell is going to advance easily over to third.
Is that 3 balls, 1 strike?
No, it's 2.
Find ourselves with 2 balls, 1 strike. Excellent pitch by Matthew, just barely missing upstairs. Brings us to a hitter's count with the number 4 batter up. 3 balls, 1 strike. Farrell at third. Great swing by Towns, just barely missing. Folks, here we are. Top of the 5th. We've got 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Tying run at the plate. Farrell at third. Excellent at-bat by the cleanup hitter. He's going to take his base. And here we go. With the tying run at first base, we're going to bring up the number 5 batter. Help me welcome Kingston Dooling. Phil does get underneath the tag. That was excellent base running. That is going to bring in the 5th run of the inning. So we're going to stop there. We do have the Phillies at 12, the Braves at 13. And folks, there are no new innings after 2:15 p.m. Hats off to both teams. We definitely got our money's worth today. A great show of talent out there and sportsmanship. Great coaching on both sides. Thank you, coaches and players.